If you're a roofing company and you're looking to get into ChatGPT and the future of AI search, we're going to talk about it today. It's coming. It keeps building. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to back up and say where it all started, what you can do to add it to your stuff that you show up for. You don't want to let this go. In fact, I think if you're not showing up on AI, you're probably not going to show up on anything, Google or Bing. So we first heard murmurs of ChatGPT, Bill Gates, Microsoft, Bing.
It very quickly got integrated into online search. And for the past 2 years, it's simply been another way to present the same information.
Yeah.
Your ChatGPT or Gemini result would be the same as the organic result further down. Right. It was just like up there, but it was just reordered and the same stuff, really.
So, and most homeowners, and still, I do want to say they're still mostly on Google.
Yes.
People still mostly go to Google to look for stuff. People who own houses that get roofs don't typically go look on TikTok. So they're still majority going there. When they're there, they're clicking on a non-paid item. But whether you're on Google and now ChatGPT and Bing picking up a little bit, keeps creeping up. But when people are on either Google, which is Gemini AI, or Bing, which is ChatGPT, it'll show up at the top of search even if you're not on directly on Gemini or directly on ChatGPT.
Yeah, you don't have to go to ChatGPT to do a search.
Right.
It's going to show up on Bing.
Bing's going to same thing on Gemini and Google. They're going to show it to you anyway. So it's just kind of in our lives, whether you like it or not. And at first, we were talking about this just a minute ago, but at first, it's basically mimicking everything that's on the algorithm. So the ChatGPT, Gemini pulls all your roofing signaling from Google, from Bing. It's their AIs are just pulling that signals from there.
Yeah, it was just presented in a new way.
Right. So if you got reviews, they see it. If you had a website, if you had DataPins on showing DataPins around town, they see that. Or if you had some social media, and they're pulling all the little points of data about your roofing company together and judging you whether you should show up on Bing, Maps and Organic, Google Maps and Organic, and now Gemini AI on Google, ChatGPT on Bing, and it was just part of it, separate to the algorithm or connected to the algorithm with the AI.
Right.
I will tell you that people that do well on the algorithmic search also do well on AI search. There's some initial little things. There's the first thing that we really saw.
Literally this week, as we're recording this, we saw the first instance of a diversion in the AI result from what we would see on the regular search result.
Correct. So AI, ChatGPT's AI, decided that they liked DataPin, which is a piece of software that we developed for roofers that we own. It's proprietary. We developed it because we saw problems with the nature of digital signaling and content distribution to Google, meaning didn't want to do blogs, trash content, didn't want to just send links out of the country, but Google saying they need to see digital brand signaling. So enter DataPins to show geocoordinates. We did a job here. They may not leave a review, but we did a job here. Can we get recognized for it? Here's some unique photos that kind of unique content. And here's the material and the situation that we worked on. Oh, we didn't know you worked on Atlas shingles or Brava barrel tiles. Thank you for letting us know that. And the geocoordinate wrapped in multiple points of schema to let us know where it was located. I see you did a job there. Yeah, we did. Could we have benefit? We'd like to show up in Google Organic, Map Placement, Gemini AI. I'd like to show up on ChatGPT, please. I'd like to show up on Bing Maps, please. So when you're wanting to do this stuff and enter in, you're not going to get just ChatGPT or AI. You're not going to get just Google Maps. You're going to show up and do a good job and signal with things like DataPins, or you're not getting any of it.
Right.
You're not going to get any of it. So it's just an additional thing. It's an additional place to show up. Truth is, most of the guys, most everybody. I just talked to a guy today that, his website's dirty and old. And if it's 2.5-year-old website and you thought you were going to trick Google with your dirty blogs that nobody wants to read and your links out of the country, you're not anymore. The AI,
not for a long time.
Yeah, I think by 2030, AI is smarter than the collective whole of humanity, and it's 2025, and it's been around a while.
Yeah.
So The days of tricking Google is almost all gone. A couple of guys might have a fake address out there, but your blogs ain't tricking them anymore. That and your links out of the country aren't tricking them anymore. So you want to use something like DataPins map ranking app because it shows DataPins AI ranking app. We can say that with beyond a shadow of a doubt. It was actually already showing up where the rich snippet used to be above in Gemini AI on Google. And you could see a data pin itself up there above the search.
Yeah.
But now it's showing up on ChatGPT and mapping and beyond their normal map area.
Yeah.
Which is what, secondly, after all y'all want more map rankings and more stuff, you want it beyond your scope of rankings.
Yeah, you want it the next town, the next city over.
Right.
And in the last couple of years, Google has made that increasingly difficult.
Right.
They have basically an algorithmic sphere of influence around your address. The further you get away, the harder it is to show.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT, instead of doing that, is just trying to answer the question of who around me does this. And it's like, well, this guy did that. And so it did an end run around that. Very cool.
Yeah, pulled the map, showed it where it was, away from the location, which is absolutely fantastic. With every roofer in the world, I was like, I do business across half of America. And I'm like, yeah, wherever hail hits, I'm there. And it's like, but that's not where they optimize you. They optimize you close in proximity, but literally with DataPins and AI on ChatGPT, which is the primary AI engine at this point, it is literally showing up away from the location on its own pin, on the pin merit of that one data pin. Not even connected to page of content, but read off of your website.
So a single data pin, probably 2 sentences or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's earth shattering, like this life changing stuff for somebody trying to show up, especially for a roofer.
Yeah.
They all want to show up in 100 different cities.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, if you got a roofer in Fort Worth and there's a storm in Austin, he wants to get down there and get advantage of that. And right now with Google, that would be just like traditional Google stuff. That'd be very hard to do.
I mean, it definitely would be helpful for like something that's amazing. Fort Worth, they can hit mid cities, Hershey's, Bedford, South Lake, Colleyville, just like, especially in that county.
Yeah.
I mean, most guys actually aren't going to go to Austin. Unless they're just straight up.
Well, I just said just in the case of a storm. They might.
Most of them won't. I mean, they got to be a storm chaser or a canvassing company. They got to canvass.
Yeah.
But most guys, in my opinion, shouldn't even be doing that like that anymore. Anybody, the opportunity cost of going 3 hours away to canvass and hadn't ever developed a brand with the largest things known to man. Now, Google search, now Gemini AI, now ChatGPT, Bing, and running off with all resources and time involvement when somebody could have gotten dirt dog hardcore in your neck of the woods and maybe didn't catch every storm but had more business overall all the time.
Right.
And then when a storm did hit, you get way more leads than you could have gotten door knocking. I mean, vastly more leads because you're showing up on all these platforms. All this organic stuff we're talking about too, it's the majority of search. And now with the AI inclusion of it, and if you want to be up on AI, send multiple brand signals and have a good brand and have a good user experience. DataPins does that for you, helps with these things if you're a good user experience. And it is a good user experience, and it's got multi-pronged signals for the brand, which is why ChatGPT picked it up.
I've been seeing AI results on search show up above ads sometimes.
Yeah.
It kind of it depends
They're
on
promoting
it.
it.
Yeah,
right
it
now.
depends on what they think the user intent is, but sometimes they'll pop it above the ads.
Not a lot of ads in AI right now, but they've got their eyeballs on the long-term future.
Yeah.
They'll burn a little bit of ad revenue to promote the product, and then they'll come grab their cashola later.
Yeah.
But they'll get it. I ain't worried about them getting it, but right now it's just more organic.
Right.
You want to be up on all these organic things, get daily call volume. Guys, it's been a long time. We've been doing this. If you've heard about us, you can validate us over the web. We do podcasting. You can check out some other stuff. Feel free to look us up on YouTube, look at some more podcasts. Call us, message us when you're ready. Our team would love to work for you and help you get dominant on all these platforms and help your roofing company grow. We look forward to talking to you.
Take it easy.